Hi everyone, Bernard here, welcome to the Citizen channel and a big match review, isn't it? Of course we had the record breakers last time, didn't we? But yeah, we're still record breakers, aren't we? We're carrying on that, no doubt, but I think we'll call this the Gundolorian edition of this match review of the game at the Etihad against Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, one of my favourite teams. Not yeah, 5:30 p.m. Saturday the 13th of February. So a pre or post pre Valentine's Day massacre. Well, sort of a win anyway. I won't say it was a massacre. It probably was a massacre on actually style of plays and what we did eventually. I mean, obviously we've got a bit of a hiccup at the start. We almost went a goal behind, but hey, there you go. So we'll have our usual match analysis today. Match stats with my little ratings and Mr. Bukowski's ratings, and even my ratings are quite high today. I think I've got a bit of a fever. I don't know what it is. I've gone quite high with my ratings today. I'll soon recover, don't you worry. I'll get back to my mean self at some stage. We'll have the quirky stats, of course, and some conclusions on City and some conclusions on Tottenham and a certain moaning Maureen as well. We'll have that. So please join me. If you're new to this channel, push that subscribe button. We're nearly at 700 now. I'm trying to get to 800 now by the end of March, if I can. I was trying to get to 700 by the end of February. That looks highly likely. Thanks for your support, your wonderful support. I am trying to now get to 800 by the end of March. Obviously, my main aim is to get to the magical 1,000, isn't it? Where everything grows roses, doesn't it? Once we get to 1,000, you'll get even more stuff from me. You'll get even more entertainment on City. Believe me, I won't ever skimp on that for you anyway. So please, if you're not subscribed, please push that subscribe button. Tell your friends as well. Tell these City supporting friends about this channel if you can. That'd be fantastic. And please, if you check my little playlist, you'll see stuff on my film and TV channel as well. So if you want a bit of a rest from City, I mean, sometimes we do all this excitement and fun. It's too much sometimes, isn't it? But go on to my film and TV channel, have a look at my movie reviews and drama reviews, information vlogs, etc. So that's a little bit different. Or if you know someone who might be interested, please point me in my direction. Get them to enjoy it. I try and inform and entertain, obviously. And if they do enjoy it, get them to push that subscribe button as well, or they will push that subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. Because I'll tell them to when they get on it, so please have a look at that. And there's a couple of links there for Facebook and Twitter as well. I do follow and friend everyone back, so I do check every 3 or 4 days, so post loads of stuff on there, some quite funny stuff, hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, from other people, not just me. I mean, I do have the odd glimmer of humour, you know. I do produce something occasionally, but yeah, from other people as well, which I like to do. Anyway, let's get on with this. Right, let's have a look at this game yesterday then. Manchester City 3, Tottenham Hotspur zilch 0-0, nothing. Fantastic. Right, City, 5 changes to the Swansea game, which didn't surprise me. I got 10 of them right. That's not bad, is it? We'll have to just look at my team in a minute. But we've got Ederson, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, Rodrigo, Gundolorian, Bernardo, Sterling, Foden and Jesus. Yeah, I said it right this time. Subs: Stefan, Walker, Diaz, Aguero, Torres, Mendy, Mahrez, Garcia and Doyle. Not a bad bench, was it? Yeah, I say I got 10 correct. Obviously just Diaz was the problem, wasn't it? I think obviously I think most people would have plumped for Diaz, but obviously he's not quite 100%. Should he be on the bench if he's not 100%? I don't know. We had Garcia there, didn't we? The fantastic Garcia, the Beckenbauer of the future. But hey, never mind. Yeah, I got 10. I was quite happy with that. Social media reactions to that lineup, just some key ones. Simon Bukowski, SPBAJKO. The last time Ruben Diaz, he's a bit of a party pooper, Mr. Bukowski, isn't he? Tell us United fan, can't you? The last time Ruben Diaz didn't start a league game for City, they conceded 30% of the total goals they've conceded this season. Thankfully, we were okay, weren't we, Simon? But thanks for that. Anyway, thanks for the uplifting little tweet before the game. Stat City at Stat City, Laporte revisiting the scene of the crime. Getting back on the horse is the best way to banish. Well, to be honest with you, he was about 4 or 5 players equally as bad as him in the last time we played Tottenham, obviously. So there's 4 or 5 players on that pitch yesterday who had pretty bang average games against Tottenham last time as well. So it wasn't just Laporte, but there you go. Stephen at Stephen McInerney. Quality lineup other than Diaz. Yeah, absolutely agree. If he's not fully there, though, what can we do, eh? Got enough, though. Yeah, and you were proven to be right, weren't you, Stephen? Officials was Paul Tierney as a referee. I think I've been a bit kind with his score before, actually. I should have given him a lot less. Assistants, Linos, Lee, Betsy and Hussin. 4th official, Pawson. VAR, Mr. Peter Banks. Assistant VAR, Neil Davis. Right, the match summation and stats, of course, will flit over to Phil Banerjee at key points in this for his little summation. First 45 minutes, yeah, three minutes, Rodri heads over. Probably should have done a little bit better from a Foden corner. Yeah, I mean, at least hit the target. You know, like penalties, hit the target. At least make the goalkeeper and defenders do something. If we head over or shoot over from a penalty, we're not going to score, are we? So please, Rodri, hit the target, mate. 8 minutes, yeah, 8 minutes. Jesus had a couple of shots blocked in quick succession, which no fault of his. He did it right. He did everything as much as he could, but well done, Spurs, for defending that well. 9 minutes, Ndombele, is it? Strolled 50 yards, I think, or it felt like 50 yards. Eventually stopped in the box, but I thought he was just going to stroll through and score. I'm not sure quite what was going on there, but our midfield was a little bit missing, I thought, at times in that first half. I'm not saying we didn't play badly, or we did play badly, but I thought the midfield just went a little bit walkabout sometimes during that first half. Unfortunately, we just didn't quite cope with theirs. Fortunately, we were quite lucky. 13 minutes, we were even more luckier, weren't we? A free kick as Laporte. I mean, we don't need those clumsy things in and around the box, do they? I mean, but players do them, and Laporte doesn't. But I mean, that's probably one of the only things he did bad all game. But fortunately, Harry Kane hit the bar, didn't he? Great shot from Harry Kane. Ederson was beaten, wasn't he? So a bit of luck for us there. And you need a bit of luck. I mean, you need a bit of luck over 38 games to win seasons. You need a lot of skill and brilliance as well, which is what we have. But you do need that element of luck. And even if we've gone 1-0 down, I used to say we wouldn't have still won anyway. Of course, on 21 and 23 minutes, a penalty incident and an action. So over to Phil Banerjee. Gundogan ran into the box onto a Jesus pass into the box and placed his foot on the ball just before Hojbjerg clattered into him. Tierney didn't hesitate to give it and pass the usual VAR check you do. The VAR aren't going to overturn that, or aren't going to overturn it the other way if it happened the other way. Ederson advanced forward, but he was sent back. Apparently, he was telling Rodri where to put it. And Rodri stepped up and it went in off the top of diving Lloris's forearm. Yeah, he does that a lot, Lloris. He does get his hands to stuff, but he's got quite weak wrists, I think, Mr. Lloris. It wasn't the best penalty ever, it certainly wasn't, and Lloris might have saved it, but the fact that he didn't and City were 1-up, kudos is due to Rodri, who had the confidence to put himself forward to take and score his first ever penalty in senior football. Well done, Rodri, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but hey, it was on target, and as I said before, if the goalie has to make a save, that's all that matters. 26 minutes, Lamela gets away without a booking. I mean, Lamela, is it Lamela? Yeah, is that how you pronounce it? And then Bernardo sort of gets booked after a little bit of because he was a bit angry, wasn't he? He got fouled and there was no booking, and he got booked himself. But there you go. 31 minutes, a Bernardo shot deflected to Lloris quite comfortably into the air for him. And 42 minutes, a Gundogan shot was blocked. The resulting Jesus shot just skimmed off the top of the bar. Could have done probably a little bit better. It was okay. I'm not going to be a downer on him for that. So half time 1-0. Spurs look quite capable going forward. I thought they looked all right. They worked hard in defence, and they say they've not had the best of times recently. And their midfield, as I said, seemed to sort of bypass ours a little bit throughout that first half at times. But I did say at half time on my little notes, we need to convert an early chance or two. Fortunately, we didn't have long to wait, did we? 50 minutes, 2-0 over to Phil again. City doubled the lead in the 50th minute with a slick move and tight space, and it started with some exciting Sterling stuff, who was switched back to the right-hand side. Sterling ran across the box diagonally at pace from the right before laying the ball off for Foden, and he smartly found Gundogan. See, it all happens a lot quicker for Sterling when he's coming in from the right than the left, isn't it? Doesn't it? Space was tight. Gundogan passed to Sterling, who threatened a perfect return ball through into a tiny pocket of space for the advancing number 8, whose left foot shot beat Lloris, despite him getting a hand to it. Weak wrists. It was such a smart goal that owed so much to the intelligence, speed of thought and body as well as skill. Sterling's delicate pass for Gundogan was a pass that was worthy of the great David Silva. Absolutely spot on. 66 minutes back to Phil again. It's 3-0. City made it 3-0 with one long, accurate pass that bounced once. Ederson spotted the run of Gundogan, who cushioned it perfectly with the top of his right foot, shrugged Sanchez off, took another touch and swept the ball in with his left foot. It was a great vision by Ederson for his second assist of the season, and superb control by Gundogan. Someone did cruelly say the other guy, Alisson's got 3 assists in the last couple of games, so it's no great shakes, but hey, there you go. 69 minutes, Gundolorian went off into a little bit of groin tweak, something about a tightness there, so hopefully he'll be fine. Fingers crossed. Torres came on.
He's caused a little bit of problems, didn't he, for Spurs with his pace, and that's what we needed probably. 69 minutes, yeah. Edison, after forgetting all his good work, sort of fluffs a bit of a kick, but we got away with that one. But I think Pep had a little bit of a go at him for that. But I think there's a couple of kicks from Edison, not great yesterday. Hey, but there you go. 79 minutes, Mahrez on Jesus off. 81 minutes, Bale. Bale produces his inner Messi, doesn't he? This is the old style Bale, wasn't he? I thought he was going to run through and score, but it wasn't the greatest shot. An okay save by Edison, but he didn't finish it off perfectly. But then again, he just come on the pitch. What do you expect? But just shows what talent he used to have. Obviously, whether that's been and gone now, probably has. But there you go. 89 minutes, Foden puts in Sterling, who was saved by the feet of Lloris. Yeah, his feet aren't as bad as his wrists, but nearly not quite, but not as weak as his wrists. But there you go. Yeah, plus 3 minutes injury time, but it was a comfortable second half, wasn't it? So there, we'll talk a bit more about the game in a bit in the conclusion. Ref watch, yeah, I've given 5.5, but I'll be absolutely honest with you. I probably should have given 4 at most or something, because yeah, you sort of look back at it and you think of the weak refereeing and say Lamella should have been off basically before that. He did that scissor thing in the first half on our player. I can't remember who it was now. So I mean, that was definitely a yellow card, if not a red. I mean, it had to be probably an amber card, didn't it? But it didn't even get a yellow card for it, so that was disgraceful. And 2 or 3 times City players were fouled, and he just ignored it. And he just brushed it aside. Bernardo obviously got done for it because he ended up getting booked after being a bit annoyed at not getting a foul himself. So, yeah, I wasn't very impressed. I've given him 5.5 because that's my graphic. I'm not going to change it. Say if the average score started at 7 for not a bad game overall, then 5.5 is quite low. But perhaps I should have given him less. But hey, there you go. What do you think? What do you think of the ref? I thought it was pretty rubbish. So I've been kind. Match stats, shots. City had 15 with 7 on target. Spurs just had 6 with 3 on target. Possessions 61% for City. Passes 692 for City, 443 for Spurs. And completion percentage not bad for City, 90%. It felt a bit more than that, 86% for Spurs. Corners just 4 for City, 2 for Spurs. Yeah, I won on the corner market. Fouls each, 12 by City, 13 by Spurs. Yeah, I think, as I say, I think that Spurs one should have been a lot higher, to be honest with you. And the player ratings, over to Mr. Bukowski, of course. My starting score is 7 today. I thought it was a really, really good team effort with 2 or 3 players outstanding, but I thought the old team put it in today for us. So I'm going to start at 7. So if they get less than that, which I'll tell you now, nobody gets less than 7 today. That's my lowest score. And obviously, depending how good they were, they'll get levels above 7. As I said, I've been very kind today. You will notice, as I said, this fever will go, this fever will break. I'll be fine. I'll be me. I'll be normal, mean Bernard quite soon. But at the moment, yeah, I'm being very, very kind. Edison, here we go. I'll start with Bukowski's comments and then a brief little comment of my own. Look, keen to take the penalty, but was pushed back by Bernardo. Lucky to see Kane's early effort come off the woodwork, but didn't put a foot wrong after including a phenomenal assist. Well, he did put a foot wrong, mate. You're wrong. He did at least a couple of dodgy clearances that almost ended in a Spurs good chance. So he's given him a 9. I'll give him an 8 for the assist. As I say, I'm going to allow for that. The dodgy kicks, but yeah, I think you've been a bit over the top there, Simon. I think Cancelo showed more restraint than in recent matches, but did every part of his job to a high level. Typically good going forward, but also made some excellent interventions. Yeah, he's giving him an 8. I'll give him a 7.5. I'll give him an half a point extra. I thought he was a bit quiet overall, but he did what he had to do. Stones, Ruben, what a player Stones looks at the moment. He was wonderfully calm whenever Spurs threatened, also made some key passes forward. Yeah, he's given him a 9 again. Yeah, I thought he was a monster, Stones. I thought he played really well. I'm going to give him 8.5, which is probably the most I've ever given him all season, though he's had some great displays. Laporte fell into the Kane trap early on, he did. Conceded a free kick in dangerous territory. His position deserves credit, though, as it allows Zinchenko to get forward. It did. So he's given Laporte a 7. I've echoed that. Second to Stones, really, on the day, obviously, but Stones quite immense. But a good effort, considering he's not been playing regular. Zinchenko, terrific again. He was comfortably as good as Cancelo, diligent in mopping up anything that came his way, and was always keeping City pushing forward. Yeah, I did differ around a lower score, actually, but Simon's give him 8. I'll give him 8 as well. There were 2 or 3 things that didn't quite go right, but overall, yeah, fantastic. He's sort of back in Pep's favour, but we know how soon that can change, don't we? Rodri deserves a 10 just for scoring a penalty. It was arguably more important to start him than it was Diaz, as he dominated in midfield. Simon's given him a 9. I've given him an 8.5. I thought it sorry about that, mad language. Passed him by a bit the first half, but he did have the bottle to take the penalty. So, Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8.5 overall. Another pretty impressive display. So again, another high score from me. Gundolorian, well, here we go. Here's where the fever's kicked in for Bernard. The Gundolorian. He can't just stop scoring. The first owed a bit to Loris. The second owed plenty to Edison, but both required confidence and panache. It certainly did. And the way he destroyed Sanchez for his second had Messi Boateng vibes. There you go, yeah. He's given him a 9. I will echo that. I will give him a 9. I don't have to tell you who my man of the match is going to be. I thought it was superb. Again, not the perfect. As I said, no one ever gets a perfect, but yeah, absolutely superb. And the 2 goals, I mean, how can I not give him a 9, to be honest with you? Bernardo, he ran Tottenham ragged, surging away from green shirts with the ball. I like their kit, actually. Every opportunity, chasing them down in the brief moments they won the ball back. He's given him an 8. Yeah, my little Duracell Bernie, I'll nicknamed him now. He's my new, so call him that now, guys. Duracell Bernie, we're going to call him. He had those Duracell batteries lined up for that wall, didn't he? So great. I've just messed around with that image. I hope you like that one. Yeah, 8 from Simon and 8 from me. I love Bernardo. How can I not? As I've said before. Foden failed to capitalise when he saw a lot of the ball in the early stage, but worked hard, still caused Tottenham problems, showed his versatility by playing in 3 positions. Yes, he did. I'm going to give him a solid 7, which is my low mark, obviously. But I think he was our least effective player. But as Simon said, he did what he had to do, and nothing wrong with that. Sterling outstanding. He may not be scoring as many this season, but he's still involved in plenty of goals and so much of City's good, positive play. He led the team and gave Ben Davies a torrid time. Yeah, Ben Davies struggled, didn't he? Simon's given him a 9. I've given him a good 8. I thought it was a good game. I thought Davies was poor, perhaps against a better defender. He wouldn't have been as successful. But fingers crossed. Sterling looks the last 2 or 3 games as though he may be on his way back. Jesus deserved start when he harried the Spurs defence, even if he wasn't directly involved with any goals. Aguero's return should keep him on his toes. Yeah, he's given him a 7. I'm going to give Jesus 7.5. I thought it was immense in that first half. I thought he nicked the battery off the back of Bernardo for that first half. He was absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to give him 7.5. I'll say he was unlucky with a couple of shots, etc. Torres for Gundolorian, 69 minutes, isolated on the left with the game over. Yeah, let's give him a 6. I think that's a bit mean. I thought he did a couple of okay runs, actually, and kept the Tottenham defence sort of minds on other things. So I've given him a 7, which is my standard. No real time to Marc Mahrez. He's only on for 10 or 12 minutes with the injury time. Citizen man of the match, yeah, I don't have to go too far. I would have sort of plumped if you give me 2 names to go for. I would have said Stones and the Gundolorian, but it's got to be the Gundolorian, hasn't it? And for last night, I thought it was fantastic. The 2 goals, fingers crossed, let's hope he's fine and he's ready. Quirky stats, up to Joe. No team has conceded more goals from the penalty spot in the Premier League than Tottenham, 6, while only Leicester, 10, have been awarded more spot kicks than Manchester City with 7. Oh, well, we're getting in the box and getting spot kicks, so nothing wrong with that. Ilkay Gundogan scored 11 Premier League goals this season. The only German player to score more in a single campaign in the competition are Jurgen Klinsmann and Uwe Rosler. Uwe Rosler, both in the 1994-95 campaign. So there you go, well done, Ilkay. The Gundolorian, I can't even pronounce it, I might say it. Tottenham have conceded a combined 8 goals in their last 2 games, 5 versus Everton, 3 against City. The most Maureen has conceded across a 2-game period in all competitions in his managerial career. What a shame. Phil Foden picked up his 50th Premier League victory, and he's just 59th appearance, equaling the record for the fewest games needed to reach this milestone in the competition's history. I'm Eric Laporte, also 59 games. So where? Another record breakers. Ilkay Gundogan scored 10 goals in his last 12 Premier League appearances after scoring 10 his previous 82. A legend. City have now scored 250 goals against Tottenham, averaging 1.53 goals per game, and have only scored more often against 5 other opponents. I have no idea who they are. City, come on, do your job. This is the first time ever that City have kept 7 consecutive clean sheets at the Etihad Stadium. This is also just the second occasion in the club's history they have registered 7 consecutive home clean sheets. The 1946-47 season, 7 on that season. Yes, and I wasn't there, please, I wasn't. My dad might have been, but I wasn't. Ilkay Gundogan is now Man City's leading goal scorer this season with 13 goals. He overtook Raheem Sterling. Come on, Raheem Sterling, buck up, mate. Ilkay Gundogan has now scored 35 goals for City in all competitions, moving up to 69th, soixante neuf, in the club's all-time goal scorers chart. City have now scored at least 3 goals in 118 of the 269 matches in which Pep has taken charge, 44%. Record, well, no, not quite. Headlines, right, The Guardian, yeah, some brief headlines. Another brace for Ilkay as City swatted Spurs aside and extended their lead at the top. That's quite true. The Manchester Evening News liked it. Gundolorian brace inspires a comfortable victory over Spuds. Well, they didn't write Spuds, I just said that. The Daily Fail. Pep Guardiola's leaders run riot against sorry Spuds to move 7 points. They're all at it. To move 7 points clear at the top of the Premier League as man of the moment, Ilkay Gundolorian. Next twice after Rodri's first half penalty. Yeah, conclusion. Spurs. There are glimpses of a good team there, isn't there, in that team? They've got some good players. I'm sure if Pep had 2 or 3 of those players Spurs have got, would be a nice asset for us. Top 6 is looking likely, but perhaps not top 4. There's 3 or 4 of their players who perhaps do believe they're better than what they are, and perhaps they could be better than what they are under a different guidance, but I don't think Maureen is doing the job. I don't think they're a happy unit, obviously. He slags players off, he's mean to players, he doesn't talk to players, and then he brings them back and expects them to do a job. That isn't management, that's poor man management. So that's, I'll get on to Maureen in a minute, but yeah, in a second. But yeah, top 6, yes. Top 4, I'm not so sure. Perhaps if they get rid of Mr. Mourinho, perhaps they'll do better. I'm not too sure. But on to Maureen. Well, I've considered him for a while now to be a bit of a busted flush, certainly from his United tenure, which I didn't, obviously, apart from winning a sort of losers European Cup, etc. I mean, he wasn't great. I don't think he was great there, and I think replacing Pochettino with him at Tottenham was a backward step. He's still firm favourite to be the next manager to leave his post. I totally understand that, and I hope he is, because I think as far as English football is concerned, he doesn't add anything. He just creates a bad atmosphere around the place. In England, I don't really want him in this country. I don't like him. I used to respect him in the old days when he first came. He's a breath of fresh air, but that breath of fresh air is a breath of halitosis now, isn't it? It's just a bad smell, and he leaves a bad smell wherever he is. And you can tell by just looking at the players, at the Tottenham players, and the thing that I don't think they're happy. I don't think he, as I say, as a man management, he's absolutely appalling. I want him to be sacked and then never ever be involved in English football again, and just go somewhere and retire with his millions and millions of pounds and just be miserable somewhere else and have a good moan somewhere else. He'd probably pop up on telly telling everyone how to play football, which is fair enough. I don't mind that. I mean, there's not many good pundits about anyway, is there? But yeah. So the sooner he's sacked and the sooner he leaves English football, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so there you go. City, and in the end, another comfortable win, wasn't it? It wasn't a total sort of fest, was it? It was just comfortable. It's nice and comfortable against a team, as I said, that's struggling a little bit. And it was a team performance with 2 or 3 players outstanding, obviously, and the rest just doing the job as well. And hopefully more will be coming of that. Hopefully the Gundolorian is fine and safe and fit and well. Certainly with Everton on the horizon, which, has been a bit lucky ground for us recently, but it's not always been that, has it? And if we're going to lose these records and things, I mean, Goodison Park's one of those places where we will lose them, because at the end of the day, we're not going to do this forever, are we? It's going to come to an end, and but all I can ask is for the City players to do exactly what they did yesterday, put it all in. The sort of borderline players like Zinchenko are stepping up to the mark. I did say, obviously, when KDB got injured, we needed our midfielders to step up to the mark now, and hey, they are, aren't they? We can't argue with anything like that. So obviously we'll look forward and I'll have a look at the preview of the Everton game, obviously. But yeah, a fine team performance, very impressed, and probably reflects in my scores today. Mean Burners gives some nice scores, hasn't he? But yeah, step up to the mark, especially a special mention to the Gundolorian, of course. And of course, I'll give a little mention to the Duracell Burnley as well, who's also sort of stepped up to the mark and missed. You got people like Foden as well. But yeah, Duracell Burnley's not been too shabby either, has he? Anyway, thanks for joining me for this little review of the game. And join me for that Everton preview, which should be out on Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday for the Wednesday game. So please enjoy that and pop along and push that notification so you know about it and tell your mates. That'd be fantastic. I look forward to doing that for you. Please, all your comments are welcome on this game or anything else to do with City. Just leave us your comments. It's fun. It's really great to get all those comments. And I was told recently I was saying fantastic too much. I was told by someone else that don't ever worry about that. You say what you want, Bernard. So I've tried not to say it too much today. I probably said it 2 or 3 times. But Yeah, when you're watching City, it is fantastic, isn't it? It's also brilliant and excellent and superb and outstanding sometimes, you know. But hey, we'll get ready for the depressing and annoying as well, which can happen. Obviously, to point out our wonderful, fantastic football team, Manchester City. Please check out my recent Citizen Channel posts, vlogs, including that was the week that covers the quiz covers also Liverpool and Swansea. We got some general knowledge questions in there as well, so that's a little bit of fun. And of course, there's a players thing out on Matt Busby, and there's another special coming out, Matt Busby's time at City, and there's another little special coming out very, very soon, a nice interesting one about Notts County. There you go. How about Notts County? A little bit of a special involving Notts County. It might be a horrible history, that one, though. Anyway, look out for that one. That'll be out soon. Thanks for joining me for this big match analysis. What we're going to do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look at yourselves, look at your friends, look at your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet here again, or perhaps you'll flit across, please have a look at my film and TV channel. I'll try and inform and entertain on there as well. And if you enjoy what I do, please have a look at that. That would be great if you can do that. Please, until we meet again, all I ever ask of everybody out there is please stay safe, Blues. Thanks for watching. Come on, City. Bye for now.